first episode of a 90s Kids Guide to Television. And today, I guess I'm just going to tell you what television shows I like to watch. Normally, I'm into, shows that I used to watch as a kid. Like to rewatch those. um, so what am I watching right now? Well, right now I'm watching Charmed, not this new Charmed, obviously.
Not out yet.
Okay, well it's not out yet. But I'm just rewatching the old Charmed because when it was on, I didn't finish watching it. I only watched it until like maybe the fourth season, if that. And then I stopped. So, life passes you by. You have kids. You have to get a job. You don't have time. Get into relationships. But yeah, so that's what I'm watching right now. Also, just anything that was before my time also. Anything before my time, maybe like, I love watching like old episodes of Murder, She Wrote, Twin Peaks, Twilight Zone, Tales from the Crypt. Well, that was still kind of like my time. Well, what else do I like to watch? Or it just depends on who I'm like crushing on at the moment. So usually I'll watch something like that. I'll watch something that if I want to see someone. Or sometimes, they have the Netflix shows that come out. They always say to watch those. The new one is Insatiable that everyone's talking about. I've watched the first episode of that. I haven't really gotten back to it. It was really good. I just didn't, I don't know, I just didn't keep up with it. But I will. Eventually I will. I did like it. Okay, so also, American Horror Story, there's that. That episode was really good. Charmed is good. Charmed is really, really good. I'm already on season 6. It's a completely different show than what it was. Everyone in the show is kind of very independent now. Everyone moved out. It's kind of weird. Now I guess they're about to move back, but the first 4 seasons were just all about how they all needed to stay together. The Power of 3 needed to stay together. But it's just kind of awkward right now because they're all worried about Wyatt being evil. So because the one demon, Chris's old fling, came back and basically worked for grown-up Wyatt. He's evil now. So it is kind of like, I want to keep up with it because I have to follow the story. But it's also just like, it's grown into something so different. And not very different because when you're watching it, you're obviously changing with it. But if you think about it and just step back, it is kind of like, wow, like, this has changed. It's changed a lot. At least Buffy and Angel, it doesn't really make that sort of change.
Angel changes drastically multiple times.
No, and see, and I know what you're thinking. Yeah, it changes because Cordy, everything that happens with all that, and then how characters.
The setup of season 1 is completely different than the setup of season 2. And 2 through 4 is
But I think the reason why I'm saying this is because the flow of it is just very different from Charmed. Cause I get, yes, it changed from, season 1, he was, working out of an agency, and then, towards, the end of season 4, he was at the hotel. So I understand it is kind of like, very different, but the whole premise of redemption and fighting for, good, all that stayed the same no matter what. So it's just with Charmed, what?
No. Is the premise of Charmed changed?
It's changed. Yes, the premise always started off as the Power of 3. Now it's like they can do their own thing. They can have their own lives. it's very different now, and the fact that Wyatt has came along, Wyatt has changed a lot of stuff.
Who is Wyatt, for those who don't know?
Wyatt is Piper's baby. And well, I guess it hasn't changed so much, but it's just I think it's because the fact that her and Leo aren't together. He comes back and forth. They have a new white lighter. They have Chris, who we don't even know much about, and it's just so different because in the beginning seasons, the first four, everything was so comfortable. Right now, everything's so not comfortable because now Phoebe just had to tell her new boyfriend, who she's been with for a long time, who wasn't a demon. It's just so different. Like, at least Angel still stayed with someone who was supernatural when season 5 came along. After Cordy, he, was kind of into, what's her name? Nina. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just so different. And then, I don't know. I do get why people are kind of like, yeah, the first couple seasons of Charmed are better than the last ones. But then again, I still got two more. So maybe things will go back to the way they were. Because like I said, I remember the old seasons. I don't remember these new ones because I didn't watch them when they were on. So this is kind of like me rewatching the whole entire show again. And doing that, it's just kind of like, yeah, I like the old seasons better. I like the feel for it. I like the dynamic, and I know there was a lot of stuff going on like uh, behind the scenes, but you couldn't see none of that on the screen. Everything was just so.
Truer Paige.
I mean, I do love Paige. I love Paige, and I've gotten very used to Paige. I care a lot about Paige, but that's what I'm saying. Just the dynamic of the sisters was so closer with Prue.
Rewatching the first 3 seasons, like I'm doing right now, I forgot how much of a badass Prue is.
Yeah.
Like she's
Prue's
doing like flip kicks and.
Not only that, but Prue, you can feel the love for her sisters. You can feel that, and just Paige, it's kind of like I need them and I want them because I never had them, but it's also just like Piper is the oldest now, and Piper's a mom. Piper can't do the things that Prue did. And Phoebe's nothing like how Piper was. Phoebe is like this professional woman who's working and trying to be in a relationship and trying to focus on her career and herself. And it's just like, I'm glad that Phoebe grew up. I am, but I don't want Phoebe to be worried about a normal life.
I don't know when I watched it, because I watched it live when it was airing.
Yeah.
My interpretation of it was Piper didn't step up to be Prue. Phoebe stepped up to be Prue.
Kind of.
Piper stayed kind of Piper. Like, she's still playing the kind of middle child role. Like.
Well, not necessarily middle child. She's not like she's a mom now. That's what you have to understand.
But she's still the glue. Piper's always been the glue. And Phoebe's not the immature one. That's Paige.
Yeah. Well, Paige is always the immature one. No, but I see why you would think that like Phoebe took over for Prue because now Phoebe has the job and Piper is kind of just like at home now with Wyatt and taking care of the house. But that's what I'm saying. I don't like that for Phoebe. I don't like Phoebe putting on this professional role. This I gotta work. I want Phoebe to do what she used to do, which is focus on herself and her personal growth and also her love. Like Phoebe is like I miss Cole. I don't like her with Jason. Jason is hot. Jason is amazing. But I just miss Cole. I miss Leo being there all the time. I miss Cole being there all the time. I don't like this new white lighter. He's young, he's stupid. I don't trust him. Yeah, Chris. I hate him. I hate Chris. I don't know. But that's just where I'm at right now. I mean, maybe who knows? Maybe because he does care about protecting Wyatt. but I still don't.
Trust him.
Yeah, I still don't. I don't like him, and I don't like Paige's boyfriend. I liked Paige's old boyfriend, the one who basically kind of left her because he got married. I like the guys that they used to be with. I don't like this new relationships. Phoebe belongs with Cole. Paige belongs with her childhood friend, and Piper belongs with Leo, hands down. Like, that's just how it's supposed to be. But I don't know. But I'm still loving it. I'm still watching it. It's because I want to know how it's gonna play out. I want to know what Wyatt's future is gonna be like. I want to know what's gonna happen. If Leo and Piper are gonna get back together. I'm interested in it. But yeah, those are the type of shows I want to watch. I do want to see some new shows coming out. Some of them do look good. I mean, we always watch the comic book shows and all that stuff. So, I mean, I'm obviously going to watch that. American Horror Story. I'm obviously going to watch that. Yeah, but no, but it's changing. It's nothing like Buffy and Angel. Buffy and Angel, character development is done so well. The characters evolve so well. It makes sense. The way that Phoebe's going, it does make sense. The way that Piper's going, it does make sense. Paige, I mean, everything just makes sense. It's not the same. It doesn't flow the same.
So what's your it doesn't flow?
It's not the same. I don't know if it has to do with the writing or if it has to do with the Paige and Piper and Phoebe's just, their energy towards each other, but the energy was very different with Prue. It was just, but then again, you have to judge it by the time that it was in, and the time.
They were on at the exact same time.
Oh. Well, I don't know. At the end of the day, I don't know, but I'm sticking through, and it's a damn good show, and I will give you that. I'm sure it's a lot better than what this new Charm's gonna be like. I'm sure it's a lot better than any of these new shows. I mean, there's a couple new shows that are good, but I'm sure it's definitely a lot better than the CW shows coming on. So, either way, I personally think it's still a great show. It's just, it's not the same as Buffy and Angel. That's it. I love Charmed. I do. It's and I even like Roswell better. Still.
You like Roswell better than Charmed?
Still, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I'm telling you, man. It's something about just the change and everything. Like it's so. I think I understood why people would always compare Cole to Spike.
By people, you mean me?
Yes, you can understand that. But now that Cole's not there, there's no Spike. There's no Angel. There's no Scooby Gang. They had a gang. They had Cole, Leo, Prue, like they had a gang. Now, Chris doesn't do anything for them. Chris is just annoying. Leo is hardly ever there. He's an elder now. And ever since they just moved out, and then ever since before they wanted to move out, just everything just wasn't. It just didn't feel right. It feels so uneasy now that these later seasons are happening. And Buffy and Angel don't make you feel like that. There's not a moment. I mean, there may be an episode where you kind of feel uneasy, but as soon as you get to the next episode, that feeling goes away. So, but this show definitely has me feeling a little bit easy. But I'm not shitting on this show. I love this show. I'm just saying, like, people who want to compare it to Buffy, it's definitely better. And I've never seen, a lot of the other shows, so I can't judge, all the rest of the Vampire Diaries and Supernatural. I can't judge all those. But I will say that ain't nothing better than Buffy and Angel.
Willow versus the Charmed ones in a fight to the death.
All right, Willow versus the Charmed one. Obviously, I think Willow's going to fucking beat their ass. Hands down. Willow.
I agree.
Willow has done, just within when she was just Dark Willow, has done more than the charmed ones in the entire 6 seasons that I've been watching. So Willow's she's just that bitch. I hate Willow, but she's that bitch. I can't deny it. She's the baddest witch of all. So you can't deny that. Yeah, but in closing, I love all of the late 90s and 2000 shows. They're all fucking great. And I'm not gonna shit on anything that has came out before the year 2009.
So
Anything that came out in the year 2009, I can't judge on, because I probably ain't seen it. Well, unless you talk about right now. Right now, yeah. But in closing, I'm a 90s kid, and I love 90s and 2000s television. And see you next week, guys. I'm the rap devil. Make sure you get that, John.
Alright, that's gonna be the logo.
The rap devil. No, that's Machine Gun Kelly's thing.